welcome to episode 42 of the Youth Squad Legends series with Chesterfield. Let's cover everything that we didn't talk about last episode, shall we? First off, the pre-season fixes. All new regens have licensed boots and licensed goalkeeper gloves. The height has been fixed, the preferred foot has been fixed. We've changed the name of like the top 100, 200 new players. And for all players, we of course have the overall and potential shift that happens every single year, which makes this save feel alive. All Patreon requests have been completed. This includes scouting nations that first didn't provide quality and we've given a second chance to. So the new players within our youth squad: Serbian Havel Stanic, a 68 overall centre-back with a potential of 72 to 94. Egyptian Karim Magdi at 69 overall with a potential of 77 to 94. Djiboutian Fesahay Kimiko is our highest overall youth player at 73 with a 73 to 94 potential. That came from a random comment winner all the way back in episode 33. And man, has he been worth the wait. 93 pace. Oof. Colin Lister is our next scouted player from the Seychelles, 68 overall with a potential of 70 to 94. And down at the bottom here from St. Lucia, Vino Baptiste at 64 overall, 74 to 94 potential. You might be thinking to yourself that some of those starting overalls seem rather high. Well, that's because they are, because I plunged another 20 million into the youth academy. That gives them a +9 overall boost. Insane. But still, it's going to be very, very difficult for any of them to break into the first team. These guys might be fabulous, but we don't really have a connection to them, so they're going to have to be seriously good footballers to try and displace much-loved main characters. What shall we talk about next? Let's get into the squad hub. We do have a few more players on loan to Mansfield, so we'll just quickly go through them. Mike Zanzi, the American right-back that we've just promoted, he'll spend the year over at our rivals. Samuel Ebervine, the same. A forgotten man in many aspects, really needs to have a good season this time around. There's also a move for Andre Amberg. That might be something that we recall, depending on how many central attacking midfielders we're left with once the transfer window is closed. We talked about it briefly last episode. Valery Alpanov has made the move over, and that is it for new loans. Andrew Soroman has picked up an injury. Sprained knee, is going to be out for 2 weeks. Let's now go into the transfer hub, and on the shortlist you will be able to see all the Patreon Wonder Kids and add players. Yes, every single last one has been added into this game in fine detail, and the eagle-eyed amongst you might be able to see the Patreon logo on the top left of their mini face, a nice indication of the players that have come from Patreon not being generated properly in the game. It also gives me a heads up on who not to sign, so it's a very nice touch. Go through these quickly. We've got Jason Newell at Coventry, we've already seen him. Jason Callow Mustache at Sheffield Wednesday. Temujin Altan Shagai, he's at Rapid alongside his brother, to Louis Altan Shagai. Ryan Reynolds has decided to morph into an 18-year-old. A bit creepy that, I can't lie. He's playing for Wrexham, not really a surprise there. Daphne Williams, playing for Lincoln City, requested as a female player, but because female teams are now in career mode, I think if I changed the gender over, it would probably break the game. We then have Aiton Cohen, a 74 overall right back at Cadiz. Michael Dennison at West Ham United, 76 overall. Andre Persche, answers on a postcard if I got that pronunciation right, 77 overall centre back. He seems like an absolute monster. From Iceland we got Bui Isaacson, a 70 overall central midfielder. Then Justin Van makes another appearance. I know that this guy was definitely in the Wrexham save. He's playing for Liverpool at 78 overall. Next up, the 6'5" Vladimir Kostov of Bulgaria. You do not want to be running into him. 74 overall. The Mexican Kruger is playing for Valladolid. I think that's the badge. He's a 73 overall striker. Then we see Latvian Edgars Berzins, the right winger at 75, playing for Dortmund. Next up, Ali Hassan, a 72 overall centre-back, currently playing for Aberdeen, and I think he's from Iraq. Mozambique left-back Eusebio Mondlane at 74 overall, playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach. That's certainly a combination. Central midfielder from Curaçao, Jair Maduro, 74 overall and currently at Chelsea. Irish striker Owen Garvey, 75 overall, just below us in the football pyramid in League One with Wigan. Then we've got Amin Khalifi, the Tunisian central attacking midfielder at 74 overall. He is at Standard Liège. And then your final one, Arthur Sarkisian, an Armenian striker currently in Denmark with Brøndby. I know I will have butchered some of them pronunciations. I'm sorry. I can't be perfect even though I try to be. Before we advance this save and play Ipswich away from home, we have to do a bit of maintenance. The scouts have brought back reports from Sri Lanka, but we don't have space in the youth squad, so someone's getting promoted. And I don't think it'll come as much of a surprise. We're bringing in Fesahe Kamiko. Interesting fact, is the only player that we've promoted in this save that has kept his original name. Because Football Manager's name pool for Djiboutian players is way worse. It's shocking. Let's now have a look at the received offers for some of our players. We got Piscopo going out on loan to Familia Sao. Chris Bancroft has got some interest. We'll have to think about that. Vincent Bashunga, I don't really want to see going out of the club just yet. Mr. Loverman's got a transfer offer. That'll be rejected. Now back to this bid for Bancroft. He is a very good centre-back. He hasn't really put a foot wrong all series. However, Raw Killen has reminded me how fun playing with centre-backs can be. Chris Bancroft, Nasoro Issa don't really bring that joy. I really have jumped on the Raw Killen hype train, so let's go and negotiate this. We need an exceptional price, an A price rating for this to go ahead. It's not really surprising that they didn't bite at 2.5 million, but we have got a deal at 2.35. I think that's higher than the ceiling valuation for Chris Bancroft, so we are going to get an A price rating there. A bit gutted, he will be sorely missed, but the price is the price. There were times last season where I thought we had the perfect defensive structure, but it only takes a couple of Jenga blocks to fall, and then everything begins to topple. Jamal Darassi getting sold brings in Latortu, who becomes way more of an attacking threat, way more entertaining. The same time we bring in back Raw Killen, who had a fantastic season out on loan. Sad to say it, but it's kind of a knock-on effect. One thing's for sure, Lyndon Bancroft, the brother, celebrating furiously. How about this for an interesting one? Sims has been sold to Real Betis, and I can't lie, after his performance against us at Coventry, I would have sold him too. Coventry should have pulverised us. 4-1, 5-1. Instead, we grabbed a very useful point. Shall we go into the settings? I've got something to show you. I have got myself a new custom slider setup. Oh yes, it's just simulation, but a tad bit harder. We'll have a full video on these sliders available on the Cutsy channel tomorrow. Last thing I want to do before we head on into the game against Ipswich Town. I just want to play some mind games, I can't lie. Jack Cowie here, the Ipswich Town goalkeeper, who rejected us last season. Told us that we were not big enough. Well, here's your £500,000. Say yes to that. Thank you very much. You want to negotiate now, Jack Cowie? Do you really? Yeah, mate, we'll give you everything that you want. A 5-year deal. And then £1 on the wages. Way! Waka! Waka! Waka!
Welcome to Yuko Ike's Haiku Chronicles with your host, Yuko Ike.
I just stole this guy's thesaurus. I'm shaking, thrilled, and overjoyed. Should have joined us when you had the chance, Ed. Doesn't seem to be playing for Ipswich Town on the opponent analysis. It's a 4-2-3-1 wide. Somehow they've got Varane in the side. Surely he should be at an old person's home by now. He's still the key defensive player. I respect it massively. A debut for Kamiko, a goodbye potentially for Chris Bancroft. I've made sure that he's got the captain's armband for this one. Also, it'll be interesting to see what Kjartansson can do in the championship. Let's get after it, lads. First touches for Kamiko. Djibouti with the speed. Here comes the cross. It's not too shabby, but Kjartansson can't win the header. Rob Smeaton plays it onto Enosa. Enosa jam. Clip it. Needs to be a little bit lighter there, and Kjartansson's in. We're certainly starting out brightly. Chris Bancroft standing tackle. Good lad. Kamiko runs into trouble, but that pass is wayward. Doesn't seem like we've got much to come in attack. We've just got to be really solid defensively and maybe hope that we can get a corner kick with Enos Jam. Big save, Alfie. Gortanson getting off the front post. This corner kick is going short, and Sombat Youngen's block doesn't go out for another corner. That might not actually help us, to be honest. We need to get things sorted. Jam away, Ruoko onto Sombat Youngen. Counter-attack, trying to float into Big Gortanson. Unlucky, lads. Chase on for Christy May. Oh, he's got it. No problem. Ipswich Town's fourth corner kick of the game. As a hand from Hanford brings up the fifth one. Oh, Latortu, good touch. And now it's just Ruoko and vibes. Ruoko and vibes with absolutely no support available. He might as well go himself. I mean, he's won as a corner, and that corner might end up on the head of Enos Jam! Scores his first goal in the championship. The scenes in the dugout as Ipswich Town of the Premier League last season fall behind to the mighty Chesterfield. That's the kind of goal that we needed. Just absorb the pressure and hopefully get ourselves a set piece. Hutchinson attacking the back line. Oh, that is just a shocking pass that will be picked up by Rob Smeaton. Kamiko's having a bit of a nightmare on the right-hand side, but it's such a big game to have a debut. Oh, what a save that is! Here comes Ipswich with another corner kick, this one handled by Alfie Hanford, the hero. A lot more defending where that came from. Surely Thiago Thomas offside. After all the domination of last season, we've suddenly turned into this smash and grab side. It's hilarious. Oh, Hanford! What a guy. Here's another corner kick. That's off target, and we've got to half-time in the lead. We get a bit of respite at the start of the second half as we take the kick-off. That respite is now over, and Thiago Thomas has just flown past Issa. It's another amazing save by Alfie Hanford. How many more is he gonna make this game? Sombat Youngen into Natali Ruoko, supporting him on the left-hand side. A lovely delivery, and fine feet by Eric Gortanson. Now that's what we're talking about. Smash and grab. Gortanson, never usually that deadly, with the only opportunity that he's been handed in the game. Fantastic. We're in dreamland at the moment. Smeaton, lovely ball, just stings it into Gortanson, who can't get it under control. Blame the wet weather. Thiago Thomas, all marked up by Zamazananos. Smeaton has nowhere to go but backwards. Oh, Chris Bancroft on a run. Go on, lad. Oh, tries to dink it up and over. Enos Jam is trying to line up another midfield interception. One touch, and Thiago Thomas is through our centre-backs. Oh, my word. This keeper is insane. I'm genuinely lost for words. That's a big touch by Nasoro Issa. Goal kick to Chesterfield. If Alfie Hanford is not man of the match, I'm going to be distraught. Hutchinson stinging a pass, but Chris Bancroft is on Thiago Thomas's case. This has been a bit David and Goliath. Oh, Latortu, standing tackle is missed. Go on, Alfie. It's another save. Clean sheet. Yes! He's a f***ing brick wall. Alfie bloody Hanford. Seventh corner kick. Another save. It's another save. Ruoko threads it into Sombat Youngen. Go on. Gortanson chest control, one of the midfielders driving back to make sure it doesn't get any worse for the home side. Oh, Smeaton has been taken off his feet, swept off his feet. Come on, keeper out keeper. He's gonna get chipped. No! No! Oh! Finally, Ipswich have a way around our impenetrable goalkeeper. But it was the last kick of the game, and somehow, someway, Chesterfield have won that. I mean, what a way for Chris Bancroft to say goodbye to the club. It's the match, folks. Ipswich Ipswich Town have had 19 shots with an XG of 4. How did we do that? Really? Performance man of the match? Is it Alfie Hanford? Well, it should be. He's on an 8.3 alongside Enos Jam. But apparently Jack Clark was the man of the match. He's 90 overall? Holy we did well. It was Latortu defending Jack Clark's side, I think. Incredible. What an entrance the Canadian wingback's making. This is it. Round of applause. Well done, Chris Bancroft. What an amazing servant to Chesterfield. But now it's time for the raw killing party, baby. And we also have confirmation that Aldo Piscopo is getting loaned this season, which will probably be an annual thing from here on out. Seems like Borussia Dortmund are interested in Jam. Doesn't seem like it with the received offers that we've got. Ben Eck is going a disappointment of a player. The same can basically be said for Peter Zatko. And then we have this offer for Matty Lama. Play our cards right. We might get £7.8 million for it. This is a lad that we paid 2.8 million for. Surplus to requirements. Not my kind of striker. I think we can get this done at 6.8. That's agreed upon, making it a £4 million profit in 6 months. Absolute stonks. Let's have a look at this Plymouth Argyle opponent analysis. They'll be in a 4-2-3-1 wide. They've lost their last 2 games. Swiss-style football. And it's suggested that Boca, the only regen that they have in their first team, is probably their best player. Lots of changes in the midfield. Jambe, Errol Banks, Outravi and Yershov come in. Kjartansson keeps his place up front. In defence, we've had one Bancroft go out, of course, but another one coming in. Lyndon Bancroft takes his place and he'll be playing alongside Raw Killing. A lovely sunshiny day here in August. The delivery wasn't too bad from the left-hand side there and caused the Plymouth goalkeeper all sorts of trouble. Enos Jam fires from long range. Chesterfield certainly with massive amounts of confidence after that latest result. Jambe 1-2 with Kjartansson. Don't know what's gone on in pre-season, but Kjartansson is looking like a different animal. O'Killen smashes the ball into Errol Banks. Here is Jambe. His deliveries seem on point today. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Errol Banks now. Yes! Oh, mate! What is Kjartansson on? Go on! This is like League 2 Kjartansson! Has he finally got some upper body strength? I don't know, man. He seems to have all the time in the world to bring things down. Maybe he's seen a therapist. Whatever he's done in the summer, it's worked. Half-time comes and surely there'll be a round of applause after what they've seen from their boys. Stunning work so far. 45 minutes between us and another 3 points in the championship. I'm staggered with how well we're playing, but we can't really lose sight on the quality of these teams because they can switch it on in an instant. Another incredible save by Alfie Hanford. A single goal might be enough to get us through this match. Standing tackle by Lyndon Bancroft. We had Raw Killen going a little bit too early, but it's all right because they've both been saved by the impressive Alfie Hanford, who makes another stop after that. Jambe onto Kjartansson. Errol Banks will wait for the crossing opportunity. Go on! Oh, good first touch that by Errol Banks. He now sets up Enos Jam. Watch him dance. It's a Mazananosa. Give him the Ballon d'Or. Enos Jam gets himself settled into the championship with a scintillating individual goal. Lyndon Bancroft has been fantastic. He's pocketed demeanour, the Plymouth forward, all game. Latortu's had a stunner, and he's trying to get it up to Kjartansson. That's going to drop to Outravi, but there's no time available. Chesterfield are going on a crazy run here. Peter Zatko is out of the door, and his move is an A price rating. Matty Lama follows a day later. He's going to Cercle Bruges. We've got A price ratings coming out of our ears. Cannot complain about that at all. Just amazing profit. Are we ready to get humbled? We've been drawn against Nottingham Forest in the EFL Cup. They're playing in a 4-2-3-1 wide. It's kick and rush football. Could there be another stupendous underdog story at the SMH Stadium? I wouldn't put it past us with the way that we're playing at the moment. Nottingham Forest in. I'll rephrase that. I wouldn't put it past us with the way that the goalkeeper is playing at the moment. Raw Killen. Oh, I think he's got it. Yes. And Lim Soccer with the very crucial touch into Alfie Hanford's path. It's raw! There is this real sense of confidence about the team as Domin Kometic makes a very important interception, and he's now into the final third with a shot that could spin for the corner kick. Instead, it's cleared out. And now Jam is up to full speed, and he's a big danger to Forest. Meslier diving to his right-hand side. We simply cannot stop Zamazananos. Jam starting to cook. Oh, through ball wasn't good enough. Needed to be on the other side of Sheringham. Nasoro Issa across to help out Lim Soccer. I've no idea where Raw Killen went. And that's what you get with a low overall centre-back. Sometimes he makes silly mistakes like that. Goal for Benjamin Sheshko. I think we might be starting to struggle with the pace. Need to get into half-time. Yes, Alfie! Good news is that we have plenty of options on the bench. I'm thinking Pem drops to centre-back. Bring on Kjartansson, who's obviously started off this season like a train. Rob Smeaton will improve the quality in the midfield, no doubt. Lim Soccer struggling at left-back, so Mark Teggart gets the nod. Right, now let's deliver something decent to Kjartansson. Get him on the score sheet again, or Enos Jam! Oh, the goalkeeper flapping around. That must have been close by our magnificent midfielder. Enos Jam to Smeaton. He's going to sting one into Kjartansson. Looks like he's fouled, but the referee's going to ignore it. We've got Vincent Bashunga and Billy Blissett trying to work together to get around Richards. That will be a throw-in. The throw-in is sent to Kjartansson, who's thrown someone to the ground. Just more examples of extra strength. Question is, can we get him a decent opportunity? Sheringham, like a Swiss army knife. Can do a job absolutely anywhere, that kid. The inclusion of Smeaton second half really has started to wrestle the balance of possession. Top-notch midfielder. Reminds me a lot of Tobias Leahy from Macclesfield, if you've been watching that far back. Vincent Bashunga's seen a lot of this ball without really making anything happen. Just yet! Oh, Kjartansson hits it wide! Oh, they can't believe it on the sidelines. Sheringham, absolutely fantastic. We're into added time. Oh, that's a weak effort. Come on, 30 seconds left. It needs to be pumped upfield, but we haven't got anything left to give. Full-time whistle, 1-0 to Forest. But we can hold our heads up high. I know he won't be man of the match, but Sheringham should be up there. Alfie Hanford gets a 7.6. Just the 7 saves this game, Alfie. Benecker's moved to Corona Kalic, and once again we've got an A price rating. Looks like Soromon's ready to return next time out. But that's going to be all for the games today. I do want to show you one more thing. As you might know, I've been documenting the players' growth in this spreadsheet, and I want to show you some of the improvements that I've made to make it more user-friendly for you guys. So down at the bottom here, you can see that we've got 5 tabs. Firstly, it's all players in order of appearance. From episode to episode, we've been adding on to this. If you click onto Chesterfield only, you'll be able to see every single player contracted to Chesterfield at the moment. Mansfield only is the same with the Mansfield players. Other transfers are the players that have been transferred away from Chesterfield but not playing for Mansfield. These are the ones that get affected by the global shift in overall and potential each year. I must say that Rennie Agella had a fantastic jump up. And the last tab is the Patreon players, a really, really helpful guide. If you have added a Patreon player to this save, you can keep track of your player on this spreadsheet. So links down below. I hope you appreciate the effort that's been put in here. It basically helps you get more invested in the series, gives you some transparency, and basically helps you witness the development since it's not available on the Squad Hub anymore. In this series, there's been an effort to not release anyone from the Youth Academy. The only player released being Keith Abella. Now last season, when he wasn't in the save, we had his face greyed out and people were asking me if he died. Obviously not. But as much as that's a ridiculous question, it made me kind of sorry that he was the only player that we'd released from the Youth Academy. So we've managed to bring him back. We found an old save backup with Keith Abella in it. We transferred his appearance, his attribute onto another player, and he lives on, now at Stevenage. How good is that? I'm like a mad scientist. This has been Gutsy. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Youth Squad Legends. If you've enjoyed it, then please give the video a like. If you're not subscribed around here yet, then press the red box down below and hit the bell icon for mobile notifications. A big thanks to everybody supporting me financially on Patreon. You must be well chuffed. I'm honestly relieved that all the rewards have now been taken care of. Cheers to all of you watching this episode in, episode out. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.